a treasure chest of sharp wit and life's wisdom. Selected works of Oscar Wilde, a reading essay for the curious and the unrefined, a treasure chest of sharp wit and life's wisdom. Hello, have you ever felt a headache just at the mention of the word book? Is reading difficult texts a daunting idea for you? If you think books are only for the well-read or that their content is limited to old-fashioned stories and confusing philosophical musings, then this special guide might be just what you need. Today, I'd like to introduce to you a unique collection of works by Oscar Wilde that will help you discover how books are not always boring or difficult. It's Selected Works of Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde may be a name that sounds unfamiliar or perhaps someone you've heard of but associated with the elite and the intellectual. Surprisingly, however, he is an author whose works transcend time, offering profound insights into our hearts while encouraging us to reflect on life with both joy and sharp wit, truly a gem. Through his writings, you'll experience firsthand how accumulating knowledge and cultural refinement isn't a grand task, but rather a process that enriches our daily lives. 1. The magic of words that clears the mind, a stream of witty paradoxes. Have you ever grown weary of clichés and rigid thinking? Oscar Wilde excels at flipping our assumptions on their head and offering fresh perspectives through sharp insights. His works are filled with the brilliance and surprising paradoxes of a well-cut diamond. Life is far too important to be taken seriously. Experience is merely the name we give to our mistakes. I can resist anything except temptation. At first glance, these lines may make you chuckle. But upon closer reflection, you'll be surprised by the depth of truth they contain. Wilde cleverly reminds us that taking life too seriously can cause us to miss its core meaning, and that while learning from others is valuable, our own mistakes often offer the most profound lessons. Reading Oscar Wilde's works feels like conversing with a clever and cheerful friend. He reveals the hidden facets of life we've yet to consider, delivering refreshing shocks to our entrenched views. This is not an intellectual vanity, but rather a gift that opens our eyes to a broader, more vibrant perspective on the world. Following his wit will gradually clear your mind, sparking ideas and witty expressions even in ordinary conversations. I believe even those who find reading difficult will enjoy turning the pages of Wilde's works effortlessly. 2. The courage to remove masks, insights into hypocrisy and conventions. The Victorian era in which Wilde lived outwardly emphasized strict moral codes and etiquette, but underneath lurked hypocrisy and irrational social conventions. His plays, such as The Importance of Being Earnest and Lady Windermere's Fan, sharply satirized this double-sided nature of society. Through the dialogue of seemingly refined and cultivated characters, Wilde exposes their entanglements in superficial justifications and social facades. Reading Wilde's works makes us realize that the hypocrisy and vanity of his time are not just relics of the past. Even today, we live in a world where we wear masks to please others, avoiding honest opinions for the sake of appearances. The perfect lives displayed on social media, the situations where we suppress our true thoughts to maintain politeness, and the insincerity of people whose outsides don't match their insides, all echo the very issues Wilde mocked. While critiquing this hypocrisy, Wilde doesn't simply condemn. He compels us to question what the real I is and how much we are bound by society's unreasonable standards. His works offer courage. They encourage us to be honest about our imperfections, challenge outdated conventions, and reflect on what truly matters in life. This journey of deepening self-awareness and understanding the world is the first step toward personal growth. 3. Celebrating individuality, a journey to being truly ourselves. Oscar Wilde was himself a living embodiment of individuality. His unconventional fashion, bold speech, and unwavering belief in art set him apart as both a cultural icon and an outcast of his time. In his works, he constantly emphasizes the importance of individualism and self-expression. Life is far too short to imitate the lives of others. Self-love is the beginning of a lifelong romance. These lines awaken us from the pressure to live as others expect and remind us of the value of living authentically. While many strive to meet society's standards, Wilde highlights how such a life is exhausting and ultimately unhappy. He asserts that each of us has a unique beauty and personality, and recognizing and loving that is the key to genuine happiness. Reading Wilde's works is, in essence, a process of self-inquiry. It makes us ask, what do I truly desire? What kind of person do I want to be? Can I exist fully as myself, free from others' expectations? These questions enrich our lives, and learning to listen to our inner voice instead of societal noise becomes a more valuable experience than accumulating knowledge and culture. 4. The Art of Life, Finding Joy in the Everyday. Oscar Wilde championed the aesthetic philosophy of art for art's sake, which posits that art's value lies solely in its beauty, independent of moral or didactic purpose. Though this may seem lofty and complex at first, applying it to our lives brings fascinating insights. Wilde encourages us to treat life itself as an art form. This doesn't mean creating grand masterpieces or possessing extraordinary talent. Instead, it's about discovering beauty in everyday moments and cultivating our lives in our own unique way. Enjoying a well-presented meal, wearing clothes that make you happy, listening to music that stirs the soul, appreciating a single flower's beauty, these are all manifestations of what Wilde calls the art of life. Often, we overlook these small joys in our busy lives. Yet, Wilde's works remind us how important it is to pause and savor the beauty around us, allowing ourselves moments of indulgence and contentment. Accumulating knowledge and culture isn't just about filling our minds with rigid facts. It encompasses all experiences that make life richer and more beautiful. If you learn to awaken your aesthetic sense and discover hidden beauty in daily life through Wilde's works, your life will be painted in a more vibrant array of colors. 5. The Truth Beneath the Surface, Deep Reflections on Human Nature. Wilde's works transcend witty remarks and social critique. His only novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray, demonstrates his profound insight into the darker, complex sides of human nature. It explores the contrast between outward beauty and hidden ugliness, as well as the deep questions surrounding desire, guilt, and redemption. This isn't just the story of a fictional character. We all have imperfections and moments we'd prefer to hide. Wilde confronts these contradictions and shadows hidden without evasion. Through his works, we come to understand how complex and multifaceted human beings are, and how important it is to strive for empathy and understanding of others. For those who find reading challenging, selected works of Oscar Wilde is not a distant, difficult philosophical text. Instead, it is a collection of fascinating stories offering clues to better understand ourselves and others. The experience of questioning the essence of humanity through his works and seeking answers becomes a meaningful journey in building knowledge and culture. In conclusion, a small adventure that transforms your life. For those who have distanced themselves from books, selected works of Oscar Wilde can offer a magical experience. At first, you may laugh at his witty remarks. Next, you'll admire his sharp insights. Finally, you'll immerse yourself in deep reflections on life and humanity. Approach reading Wilde's works without the pressure of learning something. Open his stories simply with the joy of experiencing them. His humor will melt your rigid thoughts, and his insights will broaden your view of the world. His vibrant life and works will awaken the dormant self within you. Oscar Wilde's works are more than just reading material. They are a small adventure that injects vitality into your life and transforms you into a more flexible and wise person. I dare say this adventure will not be difficult or boring. Open his books now and experience firsthand how much richer and more colorful your life can become. This is the most beautiful gift you can receive through knowledge and culture.